What's up guys, it's Jam1 from Jam1TCG coming at you guys with another totally awesome video, and today is not just any totally awesome video, but it is the most requested video on YouTube for Jam1TCG channel since its very existence. This is the new Toadally Awesome Frog Deck that I created a year ago and got my invite to Nat. And yeah, this is the new updated version, TAFA 5.0, and it is ready for links. So without further ado, sorry to keep you all waiting, let's do it. Alright guys, so yeah, finally, I know this is the most requested video, as I said. You guys have been asking me for this forever. I am sorry it took so long, but like I said, I always want you guys to be able to win with whatever I post, so this is why it took so long, because this is TAFA 5.0. I had to skip 4 because 4 was experimental and 4 failed epically. That was when links first came out, and I just had no real concept of how to make anything work. But now with time, like I had time to actually learn what links do. I had to learn how to play this other side engine that's in here and everything else. But basically, this is TAFA. It is still Toadally Awesome Froggy Actresses 5.0. It has links in it. It has everything that you can use for this format. Like, if you don't remember the history of this deck, just like real brief, I'm not going to go over all of it because you guys have been following me. You probably know. If you don't, you've been sleeping under a rock or something, check out the playlist and you can get the most in-depth versions of the previous versions that actually did work. I was featured on Sam's channel from Samurai Team X1. Thank you for him because he got me attention with this deck. But basically, you guys, this is going to be really totally awesome and I can't wait to show it to you guys. What you're looking at right there, yes, it can end with feels like this, like feels worse than this. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. So, alright. Bear with me, I'm not going to go over the entire logic of the entire deck because most of you guys know what some of these cards do, and if you don't, please watch the other videos with the original version of it. But the brief history is that I did win my invite to Nats last year during Zoo format with this deck, so I already know this deck has a power level, and basically I increased it so much with what I did here. Alright, yeah, so Paleo's problem is that once you get over Toad, this is basically it. Like, there's nothing else that you can really do. Yes, the traps are powerful, and yes, you can floodgate your opponent, but it's almost luck at that point, and like, if they have an established board, it's pretty much GG. So, here's the thing. I got over that issue with this version, and now you guys are gonna finally see how, and the common misconception is that, Jam, you play Paleo Frogs. No, I play 0 Paleo cards. Toad is the only thing that I play with that has any synergy with Paleo. And to be fair, like, yes, there's more than one way to play frogs, and people just assume that it's only Paleo. So, no. I am the Frog Master. I have played frogs since their very existence, since I've been playing competitively anyway. So, yeah. I know that this deck basically just craps on so many other decks in the meta, and also you destroy the mirror match. It's not even a mirror match. So let's get started, guys. So we got 3 swap frogs, 3 dupe, 2 Ronin. As you guys, like I said this before, this is pretty much the most standard frog engine that you can run because, to be fair, like, it gives it so much consistency. You still see your frog stuff and you still get to do the combos that you need to do when you have it like this. But if you try to, you can mess with the ratios with these two a little bit. But I will just recommend to all of you guys that are trying to play this deck at all, my version, if you mess with ratios, it's going to do weird things because I spent months playtesting all the ratios, and like, this right now is the best that I could get it. Not to say that it's the only way, but for now, like, unless you guys want to play around in your own time, it's going to take a lot to get it to a certain way. But yeah, if you up this to 3, you will brick, and if you go cut this down to 2, you can get away with it, but to be honest, then you cannot dupe block them. And people don't, if you know what frogs are if you're watching this probably. Dupe block is amazing. Basically, in short, if you have 2 on the field, they cannot attack you. it creates the old school Marauding Captain lock because both cards say you have to declare this is an attack target. But because there's two, it becomes a wall that stops attack lock. It's an attack lock. So because you can't attack this one, you can't, but you have to attack this one, blah, blah, blah. It goes back. So dupe lock is so good and it stops so many things. And a lot of people don't understand that. Dupe lock, and a lot of people, they'll go into their battle phase, they'll try to attack, and then you're like, nope, you can't. And they wasted their whole turn because they didn't know. But now here's the real spice. This is where we get different. I brought back the OG. That's right, I know. Treeborn Frog. Treeborn Frog in this deck is amazing because if you guys don't know, Treeborn Frog, he's the OG frog that you used to run back in the day. If he's in your graveyard during your standby phase, he just gets a special summon. It used to be before they errated it. I wish they didn't because it would be broken. But before they errated it, you used to be able to do it as many times as you can. You can only control one Treeborn doing that though. If you have one on the field, you can't bring another one. But it used to be as many times as you want it. You can keep spamming it. But now they changed it and routed it to say only once per turn. So unfortunately that does kind of like suck. But what's good about this guy is it combos with other things that you're going to see in here. For instance, especially one of the fun combos is Link Karibo. We run Link Karibo, so we're able to get him out easy because he is a level 1. And he's food for Ronin Tonin because he is a frog. Ronin Tonin literally just says any frog monster. So all you have to do is banish it if you really don't need it anymore and special summon a Ronin. So yeah, we went old school with this. So Paleo can't play that because they set too many traps. And then these are the OGs too of the deck of the Aquaactress engine because this is Toadally Awesome Froggy Actresses. Basically, the Tetra, what she does is she gets you an aquarium spell to your hand. And that we're going to talk about that in a minute because that's the real kicker here. I had to cut out the other ones, guys, because Guppy is cool, but she's too slow and she can get ogred. And then the big one, Arwana, she's okay, but unless you're running the lighting combo to double her attack to 4,000, she's not that helpful anymore. So I went on to better things. But this is very crucial, and you're seeing why right now. So as you saw, we're running the Draco engine in this. This is what makes this so powerful. So, 1 Majesty's Maiden, 1 Ignis, and double Masterpiece. You can play around with the ratios like I said if you want, but I did, and this was the best way to water it down to make it work. We need 2 Masterpiece. This is a 1 of anyways, and then more than one of her was cloggy, so that's why I went with 1. So the reason why this is really cool, because we get so many cool interactions with this, which I'll show you in a minute. But yeah, let's keep going. And then to finish off the monsters, we'll have the 2 Ash Blossom Forehead Girls, because we do need to stop some stuff that we can't do with Toad on our turn, you know. So let's get on to the rest of it. Let's go with spells. So this is why it's really cool. This really cool interaction happens with this card. So this is searchable with her. She can get any aquarium spell. Look, guys, OMG, it's a continuous spell card, which means it can be tribute off with Masterpiece or any of our True Draco monsters. So this is the real cool thing, because when these go to the graveyard, they basically have similar effects to the True Draco cards. And basically you get the special summon an aqua monster. So yes, if you have a Toad in graveyard, you can bring it back. And yes, if you have a Swap Frog in graveyard, you can bring it back and then start doing like stupid combos. So the real thing about this deck, I'm calling it TAFA 5.0 Toadally Awesome Froggy Actresses True Draco Link Turbo, because that's what we can do with this deck. We spam out True Draco monsters, Toads, and Link monsters really fast. So that's 2 of these. We got our Double Desires. Draw power is important. You do banish some stuff sometimes, but with the Draco engine being in here, like, you can still play even if you lose both of your Ronin Totens. So it wouldn't be Link Turbo without Scapegoat. Scapegoat is just stupidly absurd, guys. Like, it's splashable in so many things, and it's so powerful. Once it goes off, it is a win condition in itself. And basically, you can go into, like, the Saryuja combos with this. You can go into Borolo, which, like I said, I love Borolo. Borolo is amazing. And it, again, deals with the power problems that Paleo does not have. Like, it cannot... You can't get over Borolo, like, in Paleo. Like, it's hard. You can, but it's really hard. So, like, but if I make my own Borolo, then yeah, they have to deal with that. And just other Link stuff too. Another cool synergy is that Scapegoats are level 1, which means we can go Link Spider, or we can go Proxy, or we can go Link Karibo. So we're gonna get to the extra deck later, but I'm just giving you guys an idea why this works, why and how it works. So moving on, more of our 1-ofs. We have 1 for 1 because, again, sorry guys, the focus is so off on this today. But yeah, 1 for 1. The reason being is because we have this as a target, we have Treeborn as a target, and like basically the real cool combos and the interactions that go with this. If you got like a monster in 1 for 1, you can bring out Tetra, search out the aquarium card, set it or activate it, whichever one you prefer. It doesn't really matter. It just has to go to the graveyard. And then if you have Masterpiece in hand, all you got to do is just tribute summon right there. And then guess what happens after that? The Stage's effect lets you special summon a water monster. So if you got anything that you want to either combo with or lock them out with Toad, because he's awesome, it's so stupid. Like, people cannot get over Draco, True Draco, Masterpiece, and Toad. Like, it's really, really hard. Like, you have negations and you have pops. It's stupid. I'm sorry. Like, I literally, once I make that board, there's almost no way over it. Like, it's Yu-Gi-Oh, so it's still some ways, but it's really hard to do. Going back now, so we have Soul Charge. Soul Charge is good because basically this is a graveyard deck. You got frogs in graveyard and you Soul Charge, you win. You basically can go into all kinds of stupid link plays combined with just making Toads and Miss Starboys and Borolo. I went Borolo, Miss Starboy, Saryuja. It was stupid. Like, it's just so dumb. Monster Reborn is a 1-of, obviously, because we can only have it as 1. And then now we get on to the Draco part, the other part of the Draco part. So we got 3 Terraformings. For obvious reasons, you want to get your diagram. Then we got 3 diagrams. So basically, in essence, you're playing 6 diagrams because you want to see this as soon as possible, but you don't need to see it. But the thing is, another thing that's really cool about diagram, it just says so much synergy in this deck. So, 1, remember, like I said, if these go to the graveyard, you get a special summon off of them, which is great. 2, so you can go pop that, bring back Toad, or bring back Swap Frog, start comboing. Or you can go, this is the best interaction ever. Like, I've seen this on a video, actually, and some other people were taking advantage of this, but this is really cool. You can go Do Frog. If you pop Do Frog with Diagram, it does not miss timing, folks. It happens at the same time, so therefore, once you do that, this absurd thing is, we can search out our Master Boy and a Swap Frog. Like, it's so dumb. Because then, like, I can just start comboing and then drop Masterpiece next to whatever combo is left over from this. It's dumb, guys. It's so good. So good. So, like, just little niche interaction. And, of course, if you pop any of the Draco spells, you get their effects, too. So, that's why we run in 3 diagrams. Because diagram just has so much synergy with this. And then on to the Draco spells. I am running 1 Disciples. I am running 3 of the Heritage. Sorry, camera went off. But yeah, running 3 Heritage. So yeah, that's it for the spells. And then basically the last of our traps we have right here. 1 King, because we can only run 1, is limited right now. And then 2 Apocalypse. If you notice, the ratios are kind of like minorized, like just a little bit. It's just enough to make it work. So that's why I said, like, I've tried it for months, and guys, like, I'm not sure. Like, you can try to mess with the ratios if you want. Maybe you have a preference as the Draco player, but what I noticed is that it gets really bricky real fast if like it's not this ratio. But again, this is a deck profile and you guys are welcome to try whatever you want. So that's the main deck, guys. It's really good. I'm gonna put like some combo videos so you guys can see at the end of this, or like maybe a separate video if you guys want, but just to see some of the interactions with it. But basically that's the main deck. So let's get on to the side deck. So this is a Pendulum Magician format, and like anti-spell is just basically so 2 ofs. Because it's so good, guys. Like, anti-spell is really awesome. You said it, Pendulum players can't play, but not just that. Like, think outside the box here. We're playing Draco, so that means that we can tribute it off if we don't need it anymore with Masterpiece and get a trap monster Masterpiece, which is really hard to get over when you got a diagram on board as well. And then also, not to mention that though, but like little just interactions like with decks that you see setting a lot of cards, activating a lot of spell cards, just set this, go in first, set this, make a Toad, they lose. Like I was playing a dinosaur player that with the grass. They had to go grass, and then they couldn't like basically do anything because I made them set this, and then I was going to negate whatever they were going to set. It's just so good. Anti-spell is too good, guys. Speaking of which, Chaos Hunter. I love this. Chaos Hunter is bae, like I said in the blog, and like I've played this card ever since I've been playing Frogs because I can't play Imperial Iron Wall because, guys, then you can't access your Frogs because you have to banish for Ronin Tonin. Like if you can't banish with Ronin Tonin, that's a big part of losing with this deck, but not with this version because we still have the Draco engine. So even if we can't, we still have other ways to do that. But like you don't want to stop your Frog engine like that. So Chaos Hunter is good because it says that only they can banish, and if they can't banish but you still got like this next to a Toad or a Masterpiece, they're kind of stuck. They like really don't have anything else that they can do. So, and then against dinosaurs, a lot of people didn't notice this, but like Evolution Peel, you have to banish. To summon Conductor Tyranno off its normal effect, you have to banish. If you can wall them with this first, then they lose. They can't do anything. Their hand is stuck. Speaking of which, we have Zappion, because Zappion is really good, guys. Like literally. And then Draco mirror match, which honestly, the mirror matches aren't really mirror matches, they're slaughters. Like I 2-0 any Draco player because we have Toad, they don't have Toad. We also have Lynx, most of them don't run Lynx. So literally you just gotta wait to like do whatever, steal their Draco cards. You can use those Draco cards, like if you steal their diagram, you're sitting pretty. And then with Zappion though, it has really good niche interactions because it's a water monster. And if we know when Toad goes to the graveyard, you can add back a water monster, so you can tribute it off, get its effect, and then when Toad is dead, bring it back to your hand. If you use Zappion on a Draco player once, though, you pretty much win. It shuffles all of their spell and traps cards back into their deck. They can't play. And then, like, if it just happens to be dead in your hand, it is a water monster. All of this synergy, you can just use Swap Frog, toss it to the graveyard, and then special summon Swap Frog, and then go off with your Frog combos. And then again, later on, once you make your Toad, add it back to hand. Like, it's so good. Speaking of which, more ignorance with the Kaiju being Gamma Seal, triple Gamma Seal, because basically we want to go triple Gamma Seal just for the simple fact that it's a water and it's the weakest. We do still have a little bit of power problems, not with Masterpiece though, we can literally smack over anything, but if for some reason you didn't get the Draco stuff going and you're just dealing with Toad stuff and Frog stuff, you might have a little difficulty. So that's why we went with the weakest Kaiju, but also it being water, just like Zappion, has hidden synergy with the deck. If it's dead in your hand, you can toss it with Swap Frog, and same logic, you can also add it back to hand if you need to, because it's a water monster, which is great. And even funnier, if you happen to break an aquarium stage, you can special summon it back, and then if you have Swap Frog on the field, you can use Swap Frog to return it to your hand, and then you can Kaiju them. So, like, it's really good, guys. It's really good. Gamma Seal, best Kaiju for this deck. You can run the other ones, but honestly, like I said, this deck is all about synergy. And, yeah, that's the best. So, now we're running This chick, oh my goodness, like, Winter Cherries is great. Like, I never knew that it was such a good card. Like, it came out, it was worth a lot, then it went down in price, and then I'd never used it because I thought, like, that's really specific. No, you run triple of these boys because it's a blowout. Literally, anybody who has, like, the targets in here for our side deck, we have a Mekuba. If you're playing Invoked Anything, drop this. Banish all of their Mekubas from their extra deck. They lose. They can't beat Masterpiece without a Mekuba. They can't beat Toad without a Mekuba. Like, it's literally just they lose. Electromite. In theory, I don't know how this one guy did it. He still won even though I banished it. But usually once you get rid of their Electromite, they lose. Like, they can't be Masterpiece and Toad without it because you're just starting to get in their scales, or you just pop their scales, and then you just sit pretty, and they just can't do anything. They can't make those big boards. ABC Buster Dragon, because, like, let's be real, a lot of people don't know that this deck is really good. This boss monster is stupidly, absurdly, and overpowered. There's a reason why it's limited in OCG. People don't understand this. But when they start spamming this, it's hard. Even with Masterpiece, even with Toad, like, it's just unlimited resources that they can keep making every turn. Once you banish this, though, they lose. Also, if you happen to have your Chaos Hunter in there, too, you stop it from even coming to the field. But yeah, so that's it for the side deck. Cherries is also good too because we also have Toad. So if you play Paleo, you just blow them out because they already can't be Masterpiece, Trap Immunity Masterpiece. But if you like get rid of their Toads, they can't win. Like, if I have a Toad and you don't, and I have Masterpiece, like, how do you win? So, and then there's also other targets in our extra deck that we'll talk about that we can use for Cherries as well. But I try to get as many targets for Cherries as possible because it's really good in this format, guys. Like, I never knew it was this powerful. But yeah, on to the extra deck. I just had to, like, tell you guys that real quick. So, of course, we got Triple Toad, because this deck wouldn't be a totally awesome deck without Toad being the most awesome of our MVP. He's our boss monster OG. Even though we have multiple boss monsters, Masterpiece and Borrowload, and any Link monster, but Toad is still the OG of the deck, so got to give him his respect. And then this is pretty much the, like, whole Exceed engine right here. We got Cat Shark. Guys, I've been running Cat Shark forever. Like, this thing is so good. Basically, you can just double the attack of any Exceed monster who's rank 4 or lower. So Toad is rank 2. If you have this on board combined with Miss Starboy, combined with a Masterpiece, like, it's just dumb. Like, you can't get over it. Like, if for some reason Toad by himself can't get over something, like if you couldn't make Masterpiece or something, you can make this and you can deal with a lot of issues by making him 4,400 attack. That's a big Toad. We also have Miss Starboy, because Miss Starboy is good. You just make any link up with any of the Aqua monsters, and then you can just go into him. So this is why this deck is good. Like I said, it's Link Turbo. So frogs are able to spam, and a lot of people don't realize this. This is why people used to play Frog Monarchs back in the day, because you can get them for tribute fodder. But now that links are so generic, if I just get 4 monsters on board, I can make something like Borrowload easily, or anything that basically has to, it's like just different names. Like, it's easy, it's so easy. So Link Turbo. So we got Link Karibo, because Link Karibo is so cute and it's so necessary. Like, you can link off after you do your plays with where is she go, Tetra. After you do your plays with Tetra, you can basically just link off into this guy and just have extra protection. So when you go Link Karibo Toad, like, his effect is basically you just tribute him off, and then you just, like, knock their attack points to 0 for the end until the end of the turn. So it just really is a nice trick to get over things. Also, when you couple it with stuff like Aquarium Stage, it's really stupid, because Aquarium Stage's effect on field says that if you have a water monster, your opponent can't destroy it by battle unless they fight it with a water monster. So you have all of these hazards they have to pass through. You have Link Karibo, you got Frog, and then you got, like, a Toad. Basically, they have to smack over do Frog first because do Frog redirects all attacks, and then with a stage, they can't get through the attack. If for some reason they had one water monster for whatever reason, you can just go like this, boom, knock it to 0. They can't do anything for a minute. Then they just end their turn mad. And you still got a Toad on board ready to start comboing off. Another cool interaction with stage, if you guys did not know, while it's on the field, these guys, the Aquaactresses, are immune to spell, actually any effect, just monster effects, sorry, monster effects. And basically what's good about that is like you can just set this and you can activate this effect and not worry about Ogre Ash because this is protecting it. So yeah, continuing with the links now, we got, like I said, two of this, 2 Link Karibo. And like I said, I mentioned it earlier, if you didn't remember, we are playing the OG Treeborn. So you can literally, every standby phase, you have this as a link material. Like any link material basically that you want and desire. Like as long as you don't, if you have diagram up, you're in good condition anyways. But if they destroyed your diagram, then you're good. Or like say you top deck diagram, now you have food for diagram easily. Like if you don't want to waste your other resources. Treeborn is internal. That's why he has wings. He died and he always gets beat up, but he keeps coming back no matter what you do. Generic link to Proxy Dragon, just because when you go Scapegoat, or you can go double frog, any frog, and just combo with it. You can go into our link 3s or our link 4s with it, and it's really just a good generic card. I like it. It works. Encode under Clock Taker. This is another good generic one. He is you have to use 2 effect monsters though, but again in this deck we spam the board, so it's really easy. And basically you can go into more combos, you can go into your 3s, you can go into your 4s. His effect is really cool too. Whatever points to him, let's say, I don't know, let's say for some reason you just got a Majesty Maiden pointing to it. While it's, you can like say, oh, activate effect. Her attack points comes out of any monster you would target on the field, your opponent's monster. So that's great because you can just smack over anything if you really have to. And again, combos because it's generic. Link Spider. We need Link Spider to go into a Sharyuja combo because we need different names. And Scapegoat is the best, fastest way to do it. You can still go into Sharyuja even without Scapegoat. That's why this deck is really good. But Link Spider is good. We're just running one, literally just for Sharyuja, or if there's any reason why we need to link off a Scapegoat. Yeah. Speaking of Sharyuja, you guys remember the vlog where I was so happy that this came out. This card is so good. Like, I got it for the low, but like it went up to like $80, $70, $60 because it's so good. It's so generic. You just need 3 or 4 monsters with all different names, and you get to draw 4 cards and then put 3 back to the bottom of the deck. It unbricks everything, but in this deck, this is combo heavy. If you side it, you can draw for your side deck cards. If you just literally like, dang, I got diagram and I don't want to pop anything right now, I want to do something else, you can do this and then like find out what's best and then start comboing. Also his special summon effect, which is great. You can special summon our Swap Frog and then combo into a Toad. Literally, you spit out Toads no matter what you do, so it just, Sharyuja is great. On to, let's do the last 3. We have Decode Talker, just because he's generic 3, honestly. We just make him anytime, but I call it the the D-Toad Talker combo. This is a really good combo because when you make that, you basically have like 2 negates and they can't do anything about it, and he gets big once he has things pointing to him. But I don't know, I don't use him that often. Like, he's just there, but also he's a cherry target too, so like things like World Chalice or well, Spyro isn't a thing anymore, but they were, but things like that, you can literally just be like, nope, and then stop their combos. ABC uses them a lot too, so. And then let's on to the 4s. So we already know Borolo. Like I said, I've been talking so much hype about him. He is the best 4 in my opinion. I love him. His attack like is so big. He's like a Blue Eyes attack, which is absurd. Plus anything, he has so many arrows at point, so you can make him next to a Toad and just chill. They can't get rid of it that easily. He's also untargetable on monster effects. He can shoot monsters' attack points down to 500. And then not only just that, like, he's a big eye, so you can snatch any monster that you just can't beat over. Like, let's say for some reason, which we have Masterpiece in here, and we have our Toads, and we can do anything else that we want, and the Draco monsters are pretty big themselves, but for some reason, if I just cannot get over their monster, I'm gonna go Borolo and just be like, ha, it's mine now. And then they just lose. Like, he's so good, man. I love this card. Speaking of other cards I love, Topological Bomber Dragon. OMG, like, when this first came out, I just knew it was a good card for this deck because it's so good. It's a 4, so you can make it easily by spamming. And then another cool thing, his effect is he blows up things once you special summon to an arrow that he points to. So you can either go Swap Frog from hand, special summon, boom. Or the most easy one that always comes up is Ronin Tonin. It's always engraved. He always has food. Literally just special summon, clear their board, and then just go ham from there. Or another thing that comes up often since we run into OG Treeborn Frog. Literally, if we have this, like, in this, like, he lived a turn, he comes back, boom. Treeborn Frog, just standby phase, blow up all of their monsters. Like, it's really good board wipe, and it's generic. And then our last monster to top it all off is Firewall Dragon. Now, I am going to be honest with this. I don't really like Firewall as a monster. Like, it's limited for a reason because it is broken, but in one quantity, it's not that great. Like, to be honest, if you let me know in the comments if you play this card and you can see some combos, like, after seeing his whole profile. If you see combos that I don't see, let me know because I am just not good at using it. I have used it in multiple times. It saved me one time. I had to, like, co-link it with Link Karibo, so it was linked to Link Karibo, and then I had went, like, to get rid of bills, I bounced it back. But another thing I noticed too, like, you can combo, like, with bringing back your own monsters from the graveyard, kind of like a salvage, to use it with Swap Frog and then make a Toad. But, and also the other thing is, like, I noticed with the tokens, if you have the Scapegoat tokens and you want to link into a Link Karibo, or if you want to, I'm sorry, not Link, yeah, make it Link Karibo and then link into a 2, then his other effect to go off to let you special summon from hand, so you can special summon your Swap Frogs and start comboing from there. But to be honest, like, I just didn't see many times where that came up. If you see something that I don't see, please let me know, but I'm just not good at using it, like, so I don't really summon it. I've summoned it probably once within the last 2 months of using this deck, so that's it, guys. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. This is TAFA 5.0. If you guys know the logic behind old school Frog Monarchs, this is kind of how I derived the idea, but also got to give a special shout out to my community, man, because people like Brad and Ali, who are literally the co-founders of this deck, one day Ali was like, why don't you just run Masterpiece, you know? I'm like, why would I do that? There's no reason to. And I'm like, he's like, yeah, it says any, like, spell card that's continuous or trap. I'm like, oh, wait, what? So it just gave me so many ideas after that, and I've been testing it ever since. And I finally got the ratios right, and it works, guys. It really does. I did not get my top with it only because of tiebreakers, but to be honest, if you guys build this for your regionals, go to the top. Like, you can easily top with this. And, like, I would like it if you guys gave me a shout out, but you don't have to, but I would appreciate it because it took a lot of time and effort to create this deck. And I just wanted to say thank you for supporting the channel, guys. You guys are always watching the channel. You guys always supported it. You guys wanted to see it. Like I said, I just wanted to wait until it was ready. It's finally ready. This is the best that I can get it. If anybody, like I said, sees something that I have not seen that you can take it to the top even further, let me know because I'm all open for ideas and suggestions. I just wanted to do it myself first to see. And, like, when you guys start playtesting it, you're going to see a lot of combos and cool things that it can do. It has so many interactions. It's so powerful. I love this deck. And the most important thing is I found a way to play Toad without losing to something like a Masterpiece because we got our own Masterpiece. Like, I'm not afraid of a Masterpiece. We can also spam our linked monsters who can overpower a Masterpiece in the right situations. So, and then we got all of our draw power with all of our desires in the engine. So like it just keeps going, guys. Like I love this deck. If you guys have any questions about this, how to make something work, something you're not sure about, just let me know. As I said, I'm about to probably take a little break for a little bit of this format, and because I have a lot going on with my life right now, and I'm not going to be able to go to another regional for a while, but we'll see. Who knows? We'll see. But this is why I'm handing it off to you guys, because I said I promise no matter what happens I would show it to you guys, and I really appreciate you guys. So thank you so much, and please continue to support the channel and tell people about me. And also just continue to be a frog player if you're a frog player, because this is the better way to play it, to be honest with you guys. Like, take advantage of the Draco stuff before it gets hit, because I do fear that it will get hit soon. And if it does, then I'm just going to go to TAFA 6.0. But yeah, thank you for watching as always, guys. And if you have not subscribed to this totally awesome channel, you guys definitely should, because you guys are totally awesome. Enjoy life.
More than awesome, he's totally awesome.